to the talk box. Let's talk about it. Talk about it. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Yeah, listen to the talk box with Sonja. Yeah, listen to the talk box. Let's talk about it. Talk about it. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Talk box.
Good morning, you guys. Rise and shine. It's Friday here on the Talk Box, and I'm your girl, Sonja G. You know what we say here on the Talk Box? Every day above ground is a good day. We got another day, another opportunity to get some things right that we didn't have quite right on yesterday. And I'm excited that we have a great guest in the building today. It's Sheka Byrd. So we are so thankful to have her on with us today, talking about don't stop chasing your dreams. So she got a story for you guys, stepping into her dreams. So I just want to welcome you, Sheka, to the Talk Box today.
Good morning, and thank you for having me. I really do appreciate it. Thank you.
Well, I just love you. I always try to inspire you when I see you doing great things on live and online and that sort of thing. And I just want to say, before we go even any further, that I am so proud of you for chasing your dreams. So can you tell the Talk Box audience what do you do?
So I do videography only. I know sometimes people think I do photos, but I don't. I do videography ranging from weddings, concerts, birthday parties, podcasts, things like this, commercials, business promotions, just pretty much anything anybody needs filmed, I do it. I'll film.
You the one to call. I know that you've done a lot of amazing videos for me, and so I thank God for that. I'm actually going to show a snippet of one of them in just a moment. But tell me, what has that always been your dream? That's something you've always wanted to do?
So I've always liked video cameras. I didn't think that it would turn into a business. So videos, I always liked music videos, things like that. So I was always stuck on BET. And then of course I love music. So music is kind of like my own personal passion. But then once I got into videography, I began to love it. And then that just kind of took over my whole life. So this is what I do full time.
Well, I'm so proud of you. I know that at first you had a full-time job and you were trying, when you first started filming for me, you had a full-time job and you was trying to balance that out. So what made you take that step to go further and let the full-time job go?
You said what made me
take
the step?
What made you decide to do that?
Just being overworked. Like I love the company that I work for. Like I didn't want to leave overall, but it was just where I was literally working 7 days a week, 16, 18-hour days, going from work to immediately either editing videos or going to film a video. So it just became too tiring and I was just all over the place and I was like, something has to go. And so, yeah, I made the decision. Some days I'm like, oh, do I want to go back to work or do I want to go back to full time? Like sometimes I'm like, you know, because we're living in different times now. So just being realistic, sometimes I'm like, okay, I'm going to get me a part-time job. And then I had got a part-time job at one point, but then I was always leaving. I'm like, somebody just called me, I got to go. And they're like, this is not going to work. I'm like,
it's not going to work for you. Well, no. Sometimes I just want to say and input in with that. When God have you doing something, when he give you a vision and you're supposed to be doing something, because I don't know about any of your other clients, but for me, it's always been a blessing for me to work with you, a blessing to see how far you've come when you quit the job. I was very happy for you. But for those who dare to chase your dream, regardless of your background, regardless of where you came from, regardless of how many people told you you couldn't do it. I remember when I got ready to quit the Department of Safety, my mama had a fit. She's like, you a felon and they hired you at the state. The state will never fire you. Why are you quitting the job? And I said, because God is leading me to be an entrepreneur. I'm a boss. I'm a leader. And on top of that, I got control issues. So for those, you know that.
I can see.
But for those who dare to chase your dream, it's not always easy. It's not going to be. If it was easy, everybody would do it. You know what I mean? If it was easy, everybody would do it. So what's your biggest challenge being a female? Because isn't that kind of a little different also? You being a female videographer?
Yes. So female videographer, yes, that's one challenge. And then you throw Black female videographer in there, and that's not double the challenge, that's triple the challenge. So I sometimes see bias from all different areas. So as a female, some people may not know, but videography is a male dominated field, like most fields. So I don't really, even personally, I can probably count on one hand the amount of female videographers that I know personally. And then, then I'll see their work, through, because I search social media a lot. But the challenge is just having people believe that you can do the job, right? Because they generally see males with a camera. So for example, I had a friend who, she sent me the screenshot of someone saying, hey, can you send me the guy who does y'all video? He immediately said guy.
That guy.
And she responded, she said, she's a woman and this is her information. So it's things like that where people just look at you like, even sometimes I can walk into whether it's a wedding and it can be our people and they'll look like, you're the videographer? And I'm like, yeah, I'm the videographer.
Yeah.
Do you got somebody with you? No, it's just me. And you can see it on their face where they're like,
yeah,
okay, yeah,
like what's gonna happen now? But I will say this from my own personal experience with you. Once they see the videos, baby, honey, you are really, really good at what you do. And so I thank God for that. And on top of that, somebody had to be the trailblazer. Sometimes we get discouraged because there's not any women in that field, or even men going into a certain field. But you got to be the trailblazer sometimes. Good morning, Alicia Locke.
Hey, Alicia.
Yeah, you got to be the trailblazer. A lot of times we put ourselves in a box where we have these visions, these hopes, and these dreams. And just because somebody who don't look like me isn't doing it, then you get afraid. But you know what I say about fear? Fear is the false evidence appearing real. So I don't allow any fear to stop me from doing something, not even our past. Sometimes we let our past stop us. If I let my past stop me, I wouldn't have the business that I have. So what are some of the great things you get out of videography?
I would say seeing people in their happiest moments. And I think that's why I love weddings so much. And weddings, and then particularly the brides, because the brides, not to take away from the men, but the brides in their moment is like a different experience. So most of the time when I film a wedding, I always stay connected with the bride even after the wedding is over, because you just get to see them in that vulnerable moment. You get to see them in that moment that they've waited for their whole life. So like that's for weddings, but just even overall, no matter what I'm filming, you get to capture people in a very special, important moment. And then even bigger than that, that you know that they'll get to rewatch this moment over and over and over, no matter how many times. And then the other part, especially when COVID happened, because I had done so much filming and we lost so many people, there was moments where I've been able to film something that maybe somebody passed, and that was one of the last moments that people had with them. And so like, for example, I had filmed a wedding and the groom had passed, and somebody from the family reached out to me for audio from the wedding because they wanted to put his audio within like a teddy bear. And luckily I was like, I don't know if I have the audio still, because a lot of times I'll delete things from my computer. And I went through my email and I just searched like their last name, and I still had the audio file. So I was able to send that so the bride could have that moment, from the ceremony. Because it was from his speech, I do believe.
That is a blessing. Yeah. And that means that you're operating in the field that God have you at, so that you can be a blessing to other people. Emily said that you are the coldest. And and Rika says she could love this for you. That's my husband speaking.
Thank you.
But here go one from your mom. Your mom said, I knew from a kid that you was going to be good at whatever God placed in your heart. I thought it was your music, but God had something different for you. Love you, Queen. Thanks, Sonja, for this moment. So your mom is on the line with you today, just giving you your flowers while you yet live, but being able to operate where God have you at. That is the greatest thing that anybody can achieve. And so with chasing your dreams, what advice do you give to somebody who is trying to chase their dreams and they're almost getting ready to give up?
I don't know why mama did that. She know
she know you're a crybaby.
I've been a crybaby really here lately, but so hold on. Okay, what was the question?
What advice can you give to someone who want to chase their dreams? Who's wanting to give up on chasing their dreams?
So I'll say when I think about like my own story, like I'm 36 and I really didn't see everything come together for me till like 3 years ago. So we're talking 33, and I've been doing videography for almost 10 years. The biggest thing that I would say to anyone is don't focus on the no's. You will get no's all day. So if I get 5 no's, I can't worry about the no's. I only got to focus on the one person that says yes, because that one person, there's no telling what doors they'll open me up to. So just don't focus on the no's. There are going to be a lot of no's. I still get no's. I still get left on red. Or I'll send people my price and they won't respond. So you still will get that. And I think for me too, those are the humbling moments where it's like, okay, I still got work to do, if they don't want to book me. But just use that as motivation, and it's never, ever too late. Never.
Right. Yeah, it is not. And I think that was really good. Don't focus on the no's, because no's can be discouraging, but no's can also catapult you where you need to be. And then we got to think about this. And I'm talking to those who have a relationship with their creator. Then you got to think those no's was probably a blessing too, because that wasn't the pathway that you were supposed to go down. But when we're hearing no's, let it build character instead of bitterness. that I think that's how you go into some great, because you don't let no stop you.
Yeah. And I have a perfect example for that. Earlier this year, there was a lady that had reached out to me about filming her birthday parties. And anybody that knows me, I don't care if it's a celebrity booking, if 9 times out of 10, if I'm already booked for something, and I would say 10 times out of 10, I'm not going to cancel. So not unless it's something that I can work out. Like there's been times where I've had where I've had to adjust things, but overall, I'm not going to cancel on anybody or change dates or things like that. And so I had this lady who reached out to me for her birthday party. Mm-hmm. I sent her, let's just say, for example, her birthday party was on the 23rd. And she asked me what my prices were. I sent her the price and she never responded. She read the message. She has the little read thing. Never responded, never said anything back. So I was like, okay, shoot. And then I get a text from, I signed an NDA for this, so I can't even say who the artist was, but I will say one of the biggest artists of all time, like one of the biggest artists of all time, requested that I send them my work, and sent them my work. They responded back, send your W-9 information. We want to book you for this date. It was the same date of this lady's birthday party. I had to travel for it. So that was like an eye-opener for me, where it's like, that lady told me no. And it stung a little bit, because I'm like, why am I not worth it for you? What you need. Right. But then somebody else came right behind and told me yes. And if she would have told me yes, I would have missed out on that opportunity.
Missed out on that. That's exactly what I'm talking about, when God has something greater for you. Yeah. Not saying that her birthday wasn't all of that, but you are getting a contract with a major artist that's going to open even more doors, and sometimes you just need to thank God for the no. Not even just with your dreams and stuff, but thank God that the man told you no, he didn't want you. Yeah. Thank God that particular job told you no. Sometimes the no's are a blessing, and we can't see it at first. But honey, that no was a blessing. And then don't be thrown off when they finally do respond, and now you done responded too late. So now I have to tell no, because I got another engagement. So don't be shocked when they start tripping, like, oh, she thinks she all that and stuff like that. I think that fear of what other people think will often stifle us and keep us from chasing our dreams, because sometimes we're afraid of success.
Yeah.
And that to me have always baffled me. But I counsel people who are just afraid of success. So I just want everybody to know today that don't never stop chasing your dreams, regardless of how old you are, how young you are, whatever the case is. And I'm expecting you, Sheka, to go higher and higher and higher. As a matter of fact, let me go on and put your contact information in here just in case somebody wants to book you, boo. We got people on the line from Mississippi, North Carolina. And
hello.
Yeah, so I am thankful to have you on today. So when you said earlier that sometimes I guess you may get overwhelmed or something, and you'll think, well, I need to go get a job or a part-time job or this, that, and the other. So what do you do to reinforce yourself to keep moving instead of getting sidetracked trying to get a job and stuff all out of order?
just creating more visibility for my business. So I'll start, like, if y'all ever see me start posting more, like, that's when I'm like, ooh, I got to get back out here, because sometimes it is overwhelming, especially with social media, because sometimes I try to stay off a little bit, because sometimes, social media can get crazy, and then it's a lot of negativity, but that's where my business is. So, and then, of course, life gets weird sometimes. We're living in different times. This is borderline recession, everything is so expensive. So which means I have to raise my prices because everything else is so expensive. So, but just for me, it's just being more visible, being more creative. So I'll start filming things that's outside of my norm, just so I could, start tapping into different areas of business.
So how do you handle the haters?
Ooh. Vent. I got friends that I vent to, so I won't go to social media, because it'll be times where I'll go to type up a post, and then I'll be like, oh no, and I'll just delete it, because it's so much stuff that I deal with that I do not share. It's a lot of times from people that I know personally. Like, I see stuff and I know it's just weird stuff, and I just be like, why are people like that? And so it's just, you learn. I use it as motivation, but at the same time, one thing that I wish other businesses would realize is that you can't always go to social media with your frustrations, because it hurts you more than it's going to help you. So if two clients frustrate you, or somebody upsets you, and you go on this whole rant, now all of your future clients are going to see that. So they're like, ooh, she's angry, or she got a different side to her, So sometimes there's been times where I've slipped up, where I'm just like, I couldn't take it. But most of the time I'll send it to somebody else, and I'll be like, look at this, and da 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 da, this is how I feel, and da da da, and then I just let it go. Like, I just have to. And but yeah, I deal with
we gotta let it go. No.
It's some stories I could tell, and people be like, you have got to be kidding. And I'm like, literally, this is what I deal with.
You and I had a conversation once. I don't know if you remember or not, but I was telling you how, people, even in my line of work, people don't like me until they need me, or either they like me until their situation don't go right. And so even with that, we as entrepreneurs, I believe that the reason why I've been successful come January be 20 years. I can't believe it. Is because, hey, your problem ain't my problem. And your emergency is not my emergency. Like, I've called you before, and you'll tell me, well, Miss Sonja, I can't do it this, but I can do it, whatever. And I think one of the things that we need to mature to is, again, going back to accepting the no, or because it's always can be a yes, a no, or wait, and when we get mature, we won't be so messed up. I have a podcast side that of the Talk Box, and a mutual entrepreneur that which is Action, been shooting my stuff, but that don't mean that I can't conversate with you, or you conversate with him. Sometimes we make things harder than it need to be, just because we're in the same field. Don't mean we have to be adversaries, or we have to be at each other's throat. I think that that's the thing that I've gotten some satisfaction out of, is I've put 12 people in the tax business, and 3 of them doing better than me. But I'm proud of them. And I think, especially in our culture, sometimes we're trying to hold each other back instead of lifting each other up. And so that's why it's so important too, for you to collaborate with other artists in your field. So one thing that I want to tell people who's trying to chase their dream is reach out to someone who's doing the same thing that you want to do. Swallow your pride and learn, because none of us know it all. We can learn from each other. Now, when you start tripping with me, though, then I'm going to have to cut you off, because God separates the elevate. However, I don't have a problem with helping people learn how to do taxes. And so I just want everybody to know a couple of things. One, you're never too old to chase your dream. And number two, swallow your pride. Go ahead, girl. What you got? Pam said, true facts. Facebook is not a place for venting. And your mom said, Sheka Byrd, your nieces and nephews said, even though you couldn't read for their school, they still was watching you and you did good. But they gone on the bus now and they was really smiling.
Yes, they had their reading thing that they do at school today, and I couldn't make it. I got some filming to do today, but so yeah, Facebook is definitely not a place for venting, and I see it happen too often where I'm just like, woo, they do not realize what that's doing, and people are screenshotting and people are sending it to other people, and I think that's what kind of keeps me where I'm like, okay. I mean, there's been times where I've had a whole paragraph and I'll type it and I'll delete it and I'll address the person individually. Like I had a situation like that where I literally I was like, and I messaged them and I said, I could literally ruin you on social. Yeah, but I'm not going to do that because you are a business owner and I'm a business owner and I get it, but they did me wrong. Like it was bad. Like it was bad. And I was just like, why would you do me like that? Like I'm a struggling, growing business just like you. Why would you tear me down like that publicly for something that I did not do? It was just it was crazy. But I mean, people are like that. But yeah, that's definitely a huge takeaway. Good morning, Miss Linda. Thank you.
Good morning.
But back to what you were saying about being able to learn from others in the same field. Like, I think that's a big thing. Like, I'm one of those, like, I would literally, when people ask me, like, did you go to school for this? No, I get on YouTube and I watch videos and I watch tutorials and I go on Instagram and I go to hashtags and I look at other videographers and I see what they're doing differently, not to copy their style, but just to be inspired by other creators. Like, I don't mind working with other people. I never have. I'm actually mentoring with a Black female videographer now, and we literally sit and learn from each other. She'll come to my house and we will edit together and I'll show her things. It's things that she's shown me. Like, you have to be willing to learn, especially within our own culture. Like, we don't have to fight and tear each other down. I was talking to a club owner maybe yesterday or day before yesterday, and he was kind of feeling a little defeated because there's a lot of new clubs and lounges and stuff opening up, and he's from his venue has been around for a very long time. And I was just explaining to him, like, every club that I film at, it's packed, where people are having to be turned away because it's too packed. People can't sit down. So there's still room for your business. You just have to reinvent yourself. So sometimes success, or if you've been successful, you still have to do something different. Like, and you just have to do whatever you have to do to get better. And sometimes it's just figuring that out for yourself, depending on what your business is. Like, what can you do differently? Like, I'm literally at that point in my business now where I have to do things differently, where, like, if you see my wedding videos now compared to what they started off like, it's me reinventing, because I have to be able to stand out, because now I see where a lot of companies are offering packages that I'm having to compete against. So I have to do something to make people want me. So you can book anybody, but what's gonna make you say no, I want Sheka? And that's what I have to struggle with.
And
thank you, Selena.
I was getting ready to show. I want to show part of this right here if I can get to it. I'm learning on this end over here, you guys. But I just want to show this beginning. Tell me if you can.
Thank you so very
Wait a minute.
much for
Hold
coming.
on.
Oh
Lord.
Just a blessed day.
I done lost it. Hold on.
I can see it, but it's you trying to play the
I
beginning.
know. Wait a minute. Oh, it's because I don't know how to do it. See, I need you to train me. But
I don't know
but I was trying to actually find. You did a wonderful. Can you see that?
I can't see it anymore.
Wait a minute.
I think it's
right.
causing a. I think it's causing a delay.
Hold on. Here it is. That is. I thought. I don't know. It ain't doing it. I can hear it. I can hear it. Don't even worry about it. Don't even worry about it. I can hear it, but I can't even. Yeah, don't even worry about it. But I just want to tell. I want to tell everybody. I think that you are just awesome at what you do, baby. It is a blessing, and I thank God for you. And you and I ain't done yet. I just knew you didn't have time to do what I was doing. So, but
it wasn't that. It wasn't. You know, it was not that. It was.
No, you was getting busy. But see, that's the difference with mature people. You were real busy. I was watching you on it. You were too busy. I wasn't finna implement. You know, I got control issues, and I be wanting to do stuff and stuff. I don't want to put you in that position.
You be last minute. That's
Yes, that's what it is. That's what it is.
So,
I am.
You know, I'll never tell you no, but I'll say, Sonja, I need until this day.
This day.
I need until this day in order to be able to get it to you, because I'll do it, but I just be I be needing time, because a lot of how I work is like, so when people book me, they're like, why does it take so long? It's not that it takes long to do your video. It's the list that I have to do the videos in. So if I have like somebody video that I have due today, I have to do their video today, because I have a deadline for them. So by the time I get to yours, it could take a week, because there's people that are in front of you that I have to get their video out.
Right. Well, you got busy, honey. You're busy. That's a blessing. It's a blessing to be busy.
Right.
I need for everybody to go ahead and share, like, and click the video. Send Sheka and myself some hearts. And I just want to say good morning to Selena, Miss Linda, Valencia, Trey.
Thank you, Brittany.
Emily. So Emily says she is very proud of you.
Thank you. Yes, everybody. I mean, I guess I see so many people starting new businesses. So I think this conversation is definitely important. And I think the biggest takeaway for me from my story is don't focus on the no's.
Right.
Because I got a lot of no's, a whole lot of no's, and I still get no's. You will get those no's no matter what level you're at. Yeah. Like even like a month ago, I had somebody that that somebody had sent a recommendation for me, and they was like, "Oh no, we don't want to book her." I was like, "Oh," and they showed it to me, and I was just like, "Ooh, yeah." And it was somebody I knew.
That's my pearls.
Yeah, and it was somebody I knew personally, so I was like, "Oh, okay." But I mean, didn't address it, didn't say anything, because I'm like, it's those reminders that I need.
Yeah.
Like, okay, yeah, all right. So I'm gonna just,
Yeah, I feel you on that.
Don't focus on it, and that doesn't even have to be for business. Like Sonja said, it could be relationship, it could be
anything,
work,
anything.
Family.
When you going to go buy a car,
yep,
and they tell you no, Oh, no, my credit's good. I got my money. They told me no. Well, that's not the car for you. Selena says, throw out self-doubt and trust God. He got you. And that's so true. And
I needed that, Selena.
On the nose.
Yes. I needed that, Selena, because I definitely do sometimes doubt myself. Where I'm like, I don't know. So yeah, you're right. That's definitely something that I need to improve on myself.
Yeah. Alicia said I met her through business and she did an amazing job.
Yes. Yes.
I know you did an amazing job on all my stuff. For the record, y'all need to catch my husband's 50th coming to America birthday party. I used to run it. Yes, I used to run it at the office during tax time, Sheka, and people was like, this look like a movie, but it's not the Coming to America movie. And I just wait till they figure out that it's me on now. They was like, oh, Miss Sonja, that's you on there. You did an excellent job. I thank God for you. Is there anything else you want to tell everyone before we close out?
Selena, I'll be here when you need me. Just let me know before you select the date. Because that'll be the other thing that I run into. People already have their date, and then sometimes it be too late. So it's like next month, that's not a heads up for me, especially for a wedding, because a lot of weddings are booked out like a year ahead. Yeah. Yes. So I will be here. Linda, yes, I do a lot of filming for Linda's daughter. And then I just did her, I don't know what was it, your 30th, Linda? Your 30th birthday surprise. So those are the moments that I like seeing her walk in and she has all her family, she's crying, she has all her kids there. Like those are the moments that I love probably more than anything with filming. And she's Alicia said, no doesn't always mean no. Sometimes it means not right now. Not right now. Yeah. She's right
now. Mm-hmm. That is true. Yep. Well, Sheka, I'm gonna tell you something. I just want to encourage you to keep pushing. Sometimes you guys, not just in business, but in everyday life, you push past the pain, the pressure, and your problems and pursue the promise. The promise is that you have the right and the authority to live an abundant life. And you cannot live an abundant life if you stop chasing your dreams. Everybody has a reason why you made it and somebody else didn't. There's a reason why you're still here. Again, we are above the dirt and the dirt ain't on top of us. So that lets me know that God still have you in his scope. And so I just want to thank everybody for coming on. And Sheka, I want to tell you again, I love you. As a matter of fact, I do need to call you about something else. But anyway, so I
love you, Trisha, my auntie.
And everybody, you see your auntie, everybody
is I love you.
So I do appreciate you guys. And I just want to let you know that I'm here Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 8:30, giving you your morning motivation to help drive you while on your journey to abundant living. So I just want to pray for everybody on the line right now. Father God, I pray that you open up our minds and open up our hearts in order to walk in your will instead of our own. Lord, give us the ability and the strength to chase our dreams, regardless of how old we are, regardless of what we're lacking in, regardless of what other people say, the naysayers. God, don't let us get hung up on what other folk think. We want to be in an audience of one, and that's your audience, God, because we know that when we're walking with you, nothing, no good thing will you withhold from us. You said in Jeremiah 29:11 that you had a plan for us, a plan to prosper us, not to harm us, a plan of a hope and a future. So we will not grow weary in our well-doing, for in due season we know we shall reap if we faint not. We thank you. We bless you. Amen. 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 I just pour blessings upon Shot By Sheka, baby. And you're going to be so packed out that folk they going to have to, y'all need to start booking her now for 2-3 years out, because she's going to be booked up. She ain't even going to be here. She going to be in Cali or in New York. I'll go on and throw that on out there for you, baby. You're not even going to be here. But don't forget about us little people.
But you know what? I want to stay here. Traveling is not for me. I don't like traveling and being in that. Like, I would be okay with this area.
Yeah, you might live here and you might come here. Okay. But I'm speaking from my anointed woman side. But you're going to have to travel to do, because God said in his word that your gifts will make room for you. And so when your gifts make room for you, it expands. You know, I thought that, most people don't know. I'm in Indianapolis, North Carolina, Mississippi, authentic everywhere, baby.
But yeah, you got the multiple locations. Yeah.
Yeah. And so when God stirs up that gift in you, it ain't nothing you can do, baby. You can fight it if you want to, but you are blessed to be a blessing. So you can go out and pick up whatever it is that God would have you pick up, whether that's wisdom, whether that's knowledge, whether that's patience, whether that's joy, whether that's peace, whether that's finances. And then you can bring it on home. Okay? Yeah. But do what God tell you to do, and then you can have the abundant life like me. I just want to tell you, thank you again, Sheka, for being such a marvelous guest. I want to remind you guys that today is Friday, because God is just that good. So I want you guys to have a wonderful and blessed rest of the day and weekend, and make sure that you're safe. Make sure if you have any videography need to be done, you better start booking her, y'all, because I profess today that her business is going to be so overflowing that y'all going to have to catch her in the next episode. So thanks a lot for being with me today, Sheka.
Thank you for having me.
You. And I love you dearly. Keep up the good work, girl.
Thank you. Right. Thank you for having me. I really appreciate it.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Let's talk about it. Yeah, listening to the TalkBox-SonjaG. Yeah, listening to the TalkBox. Let's talk about it. Talk about it.